What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Damn. Guys, you know, there's always been bad kids. And, you know, when we was young, certain kids we couldn't play with. But, I mean, nowadays, with the way parenting is and certain circumstances, it's a whole new level of bad kid. Let me just put it that way. See these children up here? These children are accused of terrorizing the neighborhood and doing stuff as if they're playing the video game Grand Theft Auto. Now, what's more dangerous with a person having a gun is a child having a gun. Believe it or not, these people that you see pictured here, these young plantation recruits, are classified as middle schoolers from the ages of 10 to 14 years old. What I'm about to show you in this video is astonishing. And it always leads back to whose fault is it that these kids are the way they are. I'll go over some things today after you come back from checking out this video. It's hard to believe, but nowadays, things are what they are. Take a look.
We're hearing from victims who say they have been terrorized by kids in North Nashville. Right now, police are looking for this group of teenagers. They robbed people at gunpoint, broke into cars, and so much more. Here's our Sharon Danquo with that story.
You're looking at a group of teenagers caught on camera terrorizing this neighborhood.
And they don't even live over here.
Whitney Frazier says they're anywhere from 10 to 14 years old, going around breaking into cars, threatening and robbing people.
It was 4 of them, and I went up to them and I asked them what was going on. That's when they pulled the gun out on me.
Whitney says they yelled for her to give them money, and when she didn't, days later, they tried to rob her son.
I wasn't scared. I was just shocked.
She says this happened in June, and since then, the group has robbed a handful of her other neighbors.
It was like 1:30, 1:40 in the morning. I saw approximately 8, 9, possibly even 10 kids. I'm like, why are they out?
Donald Ree is the complex's maintenance man and says on July 9th, the same group ran up to him.
One had a gun. It was probably about like this long. It's like a clip was on it. Another little guy shows up. He has what looks like a pistol. So now I got 2 guns on me. And this little bitty guy, he's pushing me and everything.
They were demanding for him to give them money.
I'm like, wow, this is bold. Like, I'm not the average small guy. And this kid had a mask on. So he's aiming the gun at my leg. He's saying, your leg about to feel some heat. And then sirens went off. They stayed with it for a moment or longer, but then they took off running. But it ended up being the ambulance.
When police actually showed up, Donald says officers told him he was lucky because the group ended up robbing someone else minutes later.
Oh, they just been terrorizing the neighborhood, breaking into stuff, robbing people, to the point people are scared to even come outside.
Neighbors say these teenagers are even breaking into homes. They're walking up and kicking in doors, leaving marks like these, regardless of people being home or not.
I had already heard an incident of them kicking a door in and shooting a kid in the leg with a BB gun.
They say this has to stop before someone is seriously hurt. For WSMV4, I'm Sharon Danquo.
Many of us can remember what we were doing as a child. Maybe it was going to the playground. So it's jaw-dropping to see images of 10 to 14-year-olds robbing folks at gunpoint. It's a peaceful day at Watkins Park. Cameron Hamilton lives nearby this North Nashville area.
It's a really great community, and there's also a lot of opportunities here that can be provided to the kids.
Hamilton spends his free time giving back to the kids in the neighborhood at a community center. To
learn new activities, maybe hone in on some sporting skills or things like that, and also hone in on social skills.
Yet sometimes kids find themselves caught up in illegal activity, perhaps seeking attention.
Well, sometimes they want to feel included. They might not feel loved at home or feel wanted, and so they might gravitate towards those who are doing the wrong things because they feel more accepted around them.
Right now, MNPD Violent Crimes Division detectives are looking for a group of kids ranging in age 10 to 14 years old who may be connected to at least 5 robberies in the area. These late night and overnight robberies leaving the victims shaken, telling detectives the suspects were armed with guns.
And where do you think they're getting the guns? That I don't know. That's a great question.
Marcus Manise is the founder of Stronger Than My Father, a mentorship organization for young boys. Typically, there's no father in the home. Manise says positive role models and activities are needed in a young person's life.
I think once you start seeing that more and more, then you'll start seeing crime decrease.
Hamilton hopes community members can work together to prevent any more kids from acting out.
They have so many people that love them and want to help them and give them a bright future.
In Nashville, Aaron Cantrell, News Channel 5.
Guys, you seen it for yourself. They running up on grown folk, pulling guns on them, threatening them. You about to feel some hot stuff in your leg in a second. Gonna make everybody tough, even a child. Tell you something, it's scary when a child has a gun in your face and they don't know nothing about life or about, just what can happen to them when they pull a gun on somebody in the risk of life, including their own. See what the janitor said? I'm not a small guy. And I was just sitting there like they got some boldness with them to do this to me. That guy wasn't crazy enough. There are a lot of other people out there that test your gangster as a little kid. I'm gonna tell you something. It's nobody's, as a victim, it's nobody's responsibility to understand what's wrong with you when you put a gun in their fucking face. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people want to know what the cause of this type of stuff is. A lot of people say it's no fathers. Yeah, that's a small percentage. I mean, that's a small part of it. But I think a lot of it is just the parenting and the way people was raised, the generation that produced this type of people. When we was younger, we used to have what's called latchkey kids, where your parents worked and stuff, and they left you home, and you got in with a key, and you was given direct instructions. Direct instructions to not open that door for nobody. Can't have no company over there. Nothing. You sit there and you wait for me. When I call on that phone, you better answer. A lot of us remember that. Nowadays, man, a lot of these women out here and parents too busy doing them. Selfish. You know what I'm saying? And they neglect their kids. The community activist said a couple of things that was I felt. He said, when kids don't feel appreciated at home, when they feel like, they don't feel like they're worth anything, they go to the street because it's more acceptable. And that's the truth. Misery loves company. There are other people out there that are waiting for other people to come and do dirty work for them and dirt that they want to do and want to meet somebody in the same situation as them and go out and take their revenge on everybody else instead of the people that they feel as though have did them wrong. I'm gonna tell you, man, I talk about showing the flowers and stuff. These kids are between 10 and 14 years old. They brought up the what's his name? They brought up community centers and all that stuff. Community center, that right there, I think that's getting old because nowadays kids don't want to be in no community center. They want to be in the street. Just like these kids right here, like I said, they was 10 and 14 years old, out there doing dirt. They know what's wrong. Bunch of crash test dummies following behind each other. Dumb, dumbest, dumber, down the damn line. You walking up to people's house and kicking in doors and shooting them with people inside the house. You don't think nothing gonna happen to you? Now I want you to think. People always worry about the effect, but they never worry about the cause. If they had kicked the door and then somebody blasted their stupid ass, took one of the lives of them children. Because I'm gonna tell you something, a threat is a threat no matter what age the motherfucker is. He know he kicking in your door, he gonna shoot somebody or shoot one of your kids he got beef with. You as a parent, especially as a man, you gonna protect your children and wife from any threat, foreign or domestic. Not my jobs or any of you jobs out there that are getting victimized by kids to figure out what's wrong with them and go talk to the parents, because nowadays that don't even fucking work no more. You go to a parent and be like, yo, your son, I just caught your son trying to break in my car. They might cuss you out or they might fight you or go call some pookies to come beat your ass. Because you done ruined their day because your son, their son or daughter is already ruined. You think about that. There's some crazy shit out here right now. The world is flipped inside out. And it's a lot of people that's out here just being victimized by people that just prey on other people. They're doing this when they're young. Now, ain't nobody got shot, got killed yet, but this type of behavior, and you heard what they're saying, they're doing it, and they're getting bolder and bolder and bolder with what they're doing. I'm sure their parents know what they fucking doing, because word always gets back to the family how crazy your kid is. But some people don't say nothing. Oh, you keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And then when it gets to the point where that child loses their life, then they want to hoop and holler and say somebody did something bad and how they was wrong, then how that child was a good kid. Either way, man, this shit is crazy. It's hard enough as a parent to keep negative temptations that pull at your children constantly, whether it's on TV, social media, or just the kids that they're around, off of your children, and to keep them on a straight path to being a productive human being. And stuff like this is happening. I'm against anything that have anything to do with growth and development of children, especially black children, because I'm black. A lot of people don't see it that way, but I mean, fuck it, you think what you think, want to think. Black Lives Matter, people talk about this Black Lives Matter stuff, and I'm gonna tell you something. Black lives won't matter until they matter to black people. I don't want to hear nothing about no BLM and anything like that until we start making a push to start calling out this goofy stuff that black folks do to each other. They're terrorizing a neighborhood because they're small children. When is enough enough? When one of them die? When one of them go to jail? Because I'm going to tell you something. I went to jail when I was 27 years old. And one of the things that stuck with me was how people said I was too old to be in jail. I couldn't believe it. Younger people, they said, man, they was calling me Unc and everything. Like, damn, Unc, what you in here for? They're like, you're too old to be locked up. I never forgot that. Now, I went to prison for something that I did, and deservingly so. I should have got killed. But I mean, for some reason, God found favor on me, and I'm back, and I'm doing the best I can with the second chance I got. I won one time, and that was enough for me. But there are a lot of repeat offenders, and they start off as children like this. Can these children be saved? Yes. But they got to be taken out of that environment, and they got to be taken away from being around each other. I hate seeing stuff like this. I mean, if I can really speak freely, I hate seeing stuff like this, whether it's a black child or not. Because I remember my childhood was so good, man. And like, as an older person, you can look back and see when children are happy, the elation that they have, and not the worries of the adult world and all the stuff that weighs on us as grown-ups. And just to see them corrupted and doing stupid stuff and talking to you like they on your level and just treating older people bad, and just, it's heartbreaking. It is. I'll leave it at that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Oh yeah, one more thing before I leave out of here. When I talk about bad parenting, I'm gonna tell you something. With the influences out here right now, sometimes they are good parents that are doing the best they can by themselves if they're singly raising these children. And they're good people, but children just gravitate to bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, man, you can't blame the parents a lot of times for situations where if you have multiple children, you just got a bad apple, or a child that's easily influenced. Other people see it, child don't see it, and there's some people that just thrive on wanting to do bad shit. So I just wanted to state that too, because a lot of parents out here that have to go to work give their kids distinct instructions that they don't follow, and this type of shit does happen as well. So I figured I'd add that. Thanks for listening. See you in the next video.